He's on the screen. Can't hear a word you're saying, bud. Can't fucking hear a word, lads. You fucking useless scouse cunt, mate. There he is. What's up, lad? How's it going, man?
Major technical difficulties there, lad. Fuck
It's
me.
fine. I'm used to it, man. It's all
Hard
good.
work. What's
Good to
happening?
see you. What's happening, mate? What you up to, bud?
Fuck all, lad. I had my last sparring session this morning, lad, and then just home now, chilling for a few hours before do a bit of training later.
I was worried about interviewing you because I knew you'd be in such a bad mood about England losing the Euros.
Lad, I won a bet, lad.
What bet?
Won a couple of grand off me mates, lad.
What, betting
I
on Spain?
yeah.
That's nice. I saw you celebrating it, mate. Real nice of you.
Yeah, it's smart choice, lad. Know what I mean? I picked Spain, they picked England, so I won a couple of grand.
That's what it is. I saw the English fans ain't pleased with your abuse towards
Yeah.
certain pub goers.
Lad, they're all me mates. Know what I
That makes
mean?
sense. Makes
Lad,
sense. They
context is
looked
everything, lad. Know
they
what I
looked
mean?
depressed, I'll be honest with you, mate.
Know what it was? Because 10 minutes earlier, when Cole Palmer scored, they all jumped on me and was rubbing my
Okay.
head and was calling me a wool. Know what I
Makes
mean?
sense.
So I just
Okay.
returned the favour. Everyone's took it out of context, lad, but that's just what happens with me. Know what I mean? I fart or burp and it becomes fucking news.
Wait, I was seeing the comments on your Insta, mate. It's interesting. It's interesting. But yeah, I don't really give a fuck about football anyway. So MMA stuff, dude. You're fighting Bobby the King Green, dude. Big matchup. Tell us all
Yeah,
about it, man.
no, it's a nice matchup. Know what I mean? It's gonna be great to finally be in the rankings, lad. He's ranked 15 at the moment, so beat him, take his scalp, and then I'll be in the rankings, which is a place where a lot of people said I'll never be.
It's a tough matchup though, bud. Bobby Green's pretty good. He's a good fighter. You know what I mean? This
He
ain't a
is. I'm
walk
not
in the park.
like he's a good fighter, but he's just a striker, isn't he? Know what I mean? He hasn't really got any grappling. But at the same,
Offensively,
yeah, he's got good defensive grappling. Like I know what you mean, but he's just his grappling isn't on my level, and I think my striking is on his level.
okay. Fair play, fair play. It's a dangerous matchup. You see, he's changed his name to King now. I saw
Yeah,
that.
as I've said in other interviews, lads, CTE is real.
It's a tough one. It's a really sad one to watch. Can you make a point not to call him King once the entire build up?
Oh yeah, don't worry, lad. He was born Bobby. He was
Yep.
christened Bobby. His mum and
Okay.
dad call him Bobby, so he's not getting called King once. That's like
That would
me
be
changing my first name to Paddy. Know what I mean? It's just stupid.
little sus, honestly. But yeah, really, yeah. Don't ever call him King the entire build up because I've seen that. It's a weird, like, it's almost like a power. He's like getting a power move out of getting people to call him King. Like all these reporters are going to have to do that from now on. It's a weird one.
It is. It's a very weird one. I don't understand it myself, to be honest. I think he's lost the plot a bit.
Yeah. Are you in Liverpool now?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. And you just going to go to Manchester the day of or the week of, obviously a few
Oh
days
yeah, we
before?
still gotta go there. Know what I mean? Be in the fighters' hotel from Tuesday, so I'll probably bump into him a few times. Let's see how it goes.
Hey, throw a fucking bit of hand sanitizer at him. You got him ready, loaded up.
If he comes at me, lad, you never know, but I doubt it. Know what I mean? I'll
Okay.
be honest,
Yeah.
I didn't like it that time when he fought Jalen Turner and he was in the hotel and Armin and all his boys went over to him. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Jumped him.
He tried to do what Ilya tried to do to me. Know what I mean? When I was on my own and
Mm-hmm.
like come over with 10 man deep. So like I wouldn't do nothing like that.
Fair play. Fair play. It makes sense. I was what was thing I was just about to ask you? Oh yeah, 5 a.m. What's the fucking this what kind of fucking disgrace is that to the British people? It's
It's
disgusting.
know what I mean? It's disrespect. It really is. Like people were saying I was disrespectful to England by celebrating winning my bet the other night, but
Mm-hmm.
this really is disrespect to UK MMA fans. And the UFC probably won't be happy that I'm saying that, but I'm just being honest. We stay up week in, week out to watch UFC events, stay up till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. And then the Americans can't just watch this at like 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the afternoon because they're behind. You know what I mean? They're
Yep.
hours behind. It's not like they have to stay up for this. They just get to watch it with sitting down with the tea.
2 UK champs just ain't enough for the UFC to give us a good time, I guess. Really bad.
It's a big advantage for the fighters coming over as well.
Yeah, because
They
usually
haven't got.
there's a hometown advantage, but that's basically gone with this,
Yeah, it is
the whole thing.
exactly. The hometown advantage is gone because we're fighting on their time. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're gonna be acclimatized, ready for it. They've got an advantage over us, so that's another thing. Know what I mean? We need to change our time. That's why I'm going to train later tonight and getting a sauna and stuff like that and heat acclimatise.
You're training at 9, yeah? 10, 9, around that time?
Yeah, I'm gonna go and train about 8 o'clock, I think.
So what time are you gonna get up on fight day then to, like, adjust to this?
Well, I don't know because the weigh-in the day before, I think where we do the actual weigh-in is like 4 o'clock, something like that, and then our official weigh-in in front of the crowd is 7 o'clock.
Okay.
So to be honest, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna have a nap in the daytime, like, but I've said myself, even if you don't change your sleeping pattern and your time, the adrenaline kicks in once you walk out. You're not gonna be tired, are you? You're not gonna be yawning in
Yeah.
the cage when Bobby's coming at me trying to take my head off my shoulders.
Mhm.
I'm not gonna be yawning and be complaining that I'm tired. I'm gonna be ready to fight.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. He's gonna be ready to fight as well because I think, like, he has a lot to prove on this. This is almost like this makes his career worth it almost. This is like the end. He gets this big matchup, and then after this is top 10, top 5 if he wins it. So I think he's gonna be probably the best he's been, right? The most motivated he's
Yeah,
been.
he probably is, know what I mean? And he's been talking about me for over 2 years, so he
I know.
should be ready because he should have been preparing for this for a long time because he's been talking about me for a long time.
He's a fucking fanboy, lad. I tell you, lad. Fucking
Lad, that
disgrace.
video of him on Instagram Live sitting behind me video while I'm sitting with my wife, who was my
Recording
fiance.
you.
It's embarrassing. And I completely forgot about that. My videographer Blaze remembered it and was like, what about that? And somehow we found the video, which is great.
Well, that because he was saying that you'd been calling him out. That's why the rebuttal came out, right, of him recording you from behind. Kind of an
Yeah,
interesting one.
it's a crazy one, know what I mean? I still at the time I couldn't even think about Bobby Green, know what I mean? Like I'll be honest, I probably wouldn't well, I'll fight anyone that gets offered to me. I'm never gonna turn a fight down. But
Mhm.
he weren't even on my radar until he was ranked.
Yeah. You wanted the big money Moicano fight, I know.
I still want the Moicano fight, lad. I think it'd be the build up to that fight would be hilarious because
That
he's funny, lad. He
he's
makes me
great.
laugh. He's
Same.
a cool character. I
Yeah.
think a season of the Ultimate Fighter of me and him would be fucking hilarious.
It'd be better than Grasso Shevchenko. That's for sure.
I haven't watched
Definitely.
any of it to be honest. Even one of my teammates is on it
I
as well,
know.
but
I saw.
because he lost, lad, I haven't watched it.
I
Know
hear
what I
that.
mean?
Nathan Fletcher. He's good. He's really good, Nathan Fletcher. I
He
actually
is. He's
been
very
paying
good.
attention to him on the regional scene.
He's coming. Don't worry, he's coming in the finale, lad. He's coming.
Okay, fair play. Um, Speaking of you, just because we mentioned Nathan Fletcher, I want to talk about some of the regional guys that should have been on the Manchester card. Luke Riley, nasty motherfucker, dude. Hands, tidy hands, nasty to watch. Talk a bit about Luke Riley, dude. Put him on
Well,
spotlight
lad,
here.
his grappling's getting so much better as well. Know what I mean? He spars with me on the regular, so his defensive grappling is getting to a very, very high level. Know what I mean? And he's also got offensive grappling, but his defensive grappling's getting to a very high level. And as you know, his striking is absolutely spectacular. Like
Nasty.
his hands, his knees, his elbows, his kicks. It's just the way he puts it all together. It's frightening. Know what I mean? Because he's only like 24 as well. He's got so many more years ahead of him to get his technique and get everything down. It would have been great for him to be on this card, but he's getting a contract anyway when he knocks this fool out on the Contender Series.
He's on the contender series, then I guess.
He's gonna be, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. There's a lot of next gen. The Cage Warriors, they used to have maybe one or two next gen guys on the card, but nowadays it's almost like it's a next gen card of Cage Warriors where there's
They,
just a bunch of you guys on there.
they need to come back to Liverpool, to be honest. But
Yeah.
we always all the lads fight in Manchester. We've got about 5 lads on the show next Thursday.
Mhm.
Fran Breen, Connor Wilson, Adam Cullen, Jack Axworthy, first fight out of our gym, and Matt Camilleri. So yeah, there's a couple of lads fighting on there, and then obviously we've got Liam Gittins, who's the bantamweight champ at the minute,
Liam the
and then
Nightmare.
Yeah, we've got a couple of other fighters on there, lad. So we take over the Cage Warriors shows.
Nice. I want to mention though, early into this interview, that I didn't have to pay for shit to get him on this interview.
There you
What's
go.
going on
Know what
there,
I mean?
lad?
Lad, that whole situation pissed me off in a big way
Hmm.
because he who shall not be named
Yeah.
tried to tell everyone that
Um,
I wanted paying for an interview, and it wasn't that. I had paid work on that day. I was already doing something that I was getting paid for, and he wanted me to cancel that to come and do a free interview with him.
hmm.
And my manager obviously said, if we're doing an interview, it was BT Sport at the time, but it's TNT now. He said if you want him to cancel this work what he's doing already, then ask BT Sport what the budget is. And
Yeah.
he just flew off the handlebars. Oh, I can't believe how disrespectful you are asking me to pay for an interview, all that. And it was like, you haven't been asked to pay for the interview. You've been asked to, if you want me to cancel paid work to replace the money that I'm going to lose off that paid work.
Hmm.
But it was like, oh, my integrity as a journalist, I can't do this and all that. Know what I mean? When we've discovered since like a year or 18 months down the line, so many fighters are coming out and saying what a
He's a
lizard he is.
he's a
Know what I
fucking
mean?
weird lad. A lizard
Like
lad.
I'll be honest, the one thing what annoyed me as well is people like, oh, you only said this because you were on a podcast with Daddy Dana and Dana doesn't like him
Yeah.
and all that. But that lad, I was on a weight cut, know what I mean? That was on the Tuesday. I was water loading.
Hmm.
I had hardly had any calories, no carbs. So yeah, I probably did go a bit overboard calling them names, but that's just where I was angry as it was, know what I mean? I was on a weight cut and I bite people's heads off as it is. Know what I mean?
Mm.
No weed, no carbs in me. I'm biting people's heads off. And I probably did say a few words what were out of order, know what I mean? Calling them names and stuff. But that was just me on a weight cut, lad. Like, I can't help it. I'm like that. I get agitated. I get angry. I want to eat something and I can't. So, a lot of people turned on me for that. But as you know now, a lot of fighters have got onto his tricks. And I think I'm validated a little bit with it. Like, a lot of
Yeah.
people have come out and said their opinions on him. I still have the odd comment on my Instagram and that. Have you apologized to Ariel? Yeah. And it's just like, wow, he should be apologizing to me for making a lie up about me. He made a complete lie up about me and said that I wanted paying for an interview when I didn't. I just wanted them to replace the funds that I was gonna get for cancelling paid work that he wanted me to cancel to do an interview with him.
It's just disgusting behavior from him, really, mate. Is what it is. It's pathetic, is what it is.
It is, it's pathetic, you know what I
It
mean? It's
really is.
proper teenage, childish stuff, and as I say, he turned the full fan base against me, lad.
Yeah, you'd think you tested positive for like did a Dillashaw or some shit. The way
Yeah.
everyone swarmed on you, it's kind of mad. Because nowadays, if you go after Ariel, I don't want to say I made it cool, but there's so many fighters that have called him out now.
Oh,
And
you
like,
you could say you did, know what I mean? Where you
yeah,
you called them out, a lot of fighters did after it, know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah,
the one thing that pissed me off with that was that week, obviously I was fighting and I started to get a lot of hate over it.
yeah,
And I actually announced my charity that week, and it's still a pinned post on my Instagram. You can look at it. So many comments on that where I've made the Paddy Foundation are just
yeah.
about him. Know what I
About
mean? "Oh,
Ariel.
you said that about Ika," and it's just like, lad, I'm posting about a foundation that I'm making, and you're commenting about him. It has nothing to do with him.
Is it the
And
go on.
that played a big part in the backlash from the fight as well. Know what I mean? That played a big part in
Yeah,
so many people saying I lost. Where like some journalist actually put up right after the fight on Twitter, 29-28 Pimblett, and then he tweeted that he thought I lost, and they deleted their tweet and changed their scorecard.
yeah.
That's how much pull that he's got. People are just brainwashed by him.
It was a close fight. It was a close fight, though. You know, it
I'll
was.
be honest, lad,
Yeah.
I'll never speak about a fight that's close like that in the cage ever again. because I
Yeah.
got hate for saying I definitely won.
You
When
asked for fight of the night, man. It
and
was
a lot, as I say, when I
it's tough.
watched it back, I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah.
But
I was pushing it.
that third round was fucking boring.
Mm,
I'll be honest.
mm,
I watched the fight back. That third round was boring, lad. I think if our 7 strikes got through, he just tried to push me against the cage.
yeah.
And because I thought I was easily 2 rounds up in my head, I just let him do it. Thought, yeah, I can coast this round a bit. And I did. But as I say, I watched the fight back. I watched it with and without commentary. And I'll be honest, I can understand why people thought I lost with the commentary. I really can. Like some of the stuff that the commentators are saying, I can see why they thought I lost. When you watch it without commentary, I easily thought that I won 2 rounds. Some of them were close, but I definitely thought I won 2 rounds.
Okay. Fair enough. It was a good fight. I feel like you were right though. People were waiting to get you for that
Yeah,
fight. If it wasn't a distraction, you could have got low kicked and they would have said, "Ah, if Makachev lands that low kick, it's over for him." You know what I mean? Not like that. I don't think you could have won them over with that fight without like literally destroying him start to
yeah. I
finish.
needed the TKO him in the first round, and instead in the first round, I snapped every ligament in my right ankle.
I was going to mention that a lot of people. I actually said this, and people said I was glazing because you popped into my live chat once. And if a fighter interacts with me, people say I'm biased towards him now. But I said that Jared Gordon is
He's
he's
so
living.
underrated.
He's very good. He's very very good. But I was about to trash him then before you said something good about him. So I'm gonna interrupt now. I'm gonna get back to it. Okay. But he's very good. Yeah. But you fought him with 1 foot after the first round, right? Your foot
Yeah,
was destroyed. And a lot of people are like saying, you know, he exposed. Like, you need to be doing more in a third round against a one-legged opponent, which you kind of
yeah,
clearly were after the first. It wasn't. It wasn't good for him either. But that's the weird bit. If you landed an extra punch or 2 or 3, and that was enough to make some people think you won. Like they still think Jared Gordon. They don't say Jared Gordon's trash for being slightly better than you in their mind. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But you're trash for making it close with him. It's a weird one.
yeah. It is. It's a weird one. Like I've watched this fight with Bobby, obviously as well, and he was piecing Bobby up.
He
Know
was.
what I mean? He was winning that fight until Bobby decided to go full ram and throw a flying headbutt at him.
That shit was intentional, dude. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah,
That
that
headbutt,
was
he rammed his
that
head
headbutt,
straight into him.
and then was complaining that it got changed to a no contest.
Hmm.
He really is delusional.
Yeah. I mean, Gordon did well in that fight, though, if you want to talk technically here, because he backed up, right? He made Bobby Green go first, whereas Bobby's
Yeah,
normally a counter striker. He likes to fade back 1-2 on the counter, whereas Gordon made him come forward, and it kind of showed some weaknesses in the striking when he had to go first, right? Is that a
yeah.
similar plan you might be going for?
We'll see, lad. We'll see. Know what I mean? I
Yeah.
can't give nothing away, but people think that I'm just gonna come out and shoot in straight away. Know what I mean? People think that I'm just gonna grapple immediately. Where I believe in my striking. Know what I mean? Like
Mm.
I know he's it's not the same version of Tony Ferguson
Yeah.
from fucking 4 years ago, 5 years ago. I know that, but I still dropped him. Know what I
Okay.
mean? And the only person to drop him, I think, since who was it? Michael Chandler when he knocked him out. Even in the 7 fight losing streak, no one's dropped him apart from me and Michael Chandler.
Mhm.
Bobby got dropped by old Tony.
I was just thinking
Know what I
that.
mean?
Yeah.
Bobby got dropped by him in the first round.
So did
Bobby's more,
Chandler.
yeah, you're
Not
right.
you. Not Paddy the Baddy Pimblett, dude.
Even Gagey, lad, I know it was not
Yeah.
before his losing streak, but
Yeah,
Gagey got it
true.
with that uppercut and got dropped. Know what I mean? And like that's another fight, lad. I always see comments like he couldn't even finish old Tony, and it's like, lad, that Tony's known for his resilience. He's hard to
Mhm.
finish. Like
Yeah.
his reputation stopped the ref from stopping that fight in the first round. Most of the refs will stop that fight there, but because everyone knows how tough Tony is and he can get through it, then he didn't get stopped. The amount of
Yeah.
people what I've seen putting stuff as well. What is it? He just about won that fight. He was getting pieced up in the third round. Just, lads, some people just love to jump on the hate bandwagon, lad, and that's me. Like MMA fans are so fickle. It's crazy. Like they're nearly as toxic as football fans, as I've learned over the past couple of days.
The football fans are mad as fuck at you, dude. I've had a lot of when I mentioned that I was having you on, a lot of people were messaging me saying, asking about disgracing his his country, asking, does he think we'll be supporting him when he fights anymore after calling us woolly? What is it? What even is a woolly back? What does it mean?
Just someone not from Liverpool, lad. But my mates were saying the exact same stuff to me 10 minutes earlier. So as I
Okay.
say, I was just returning the favour. I got jumped on in the pub, lad. My head rubbed and that, all that.
Yeah.
But as I've said, lad, I'm not like proud to be English. Know what I mean? It's just weird. Like when it comes to rugby, cricket, any other sport, when the Olympics are on, I want England to do well. Know what I mean? I support them wholeheartedly. It's just when it comes to football, lad, I can't support a team whose fans come to Anfield every week and sing "Always the Victims, Never Your Fault" about 97 dead Liverpool fans. Know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I know what that
I've
means.
got a video on my phone here of England fans singing "We all hate Scousers, we all hate Scousers." Like bin dippers, murderers, wall
Yeah.
pushers, feed the Scousers, let them know they're on the dole. Like I just don't understand how people can't see where I'm coming from. Know what I mean? I
Yeah.
don't like actively root against them. I did it the other night because I had money riding on it. Know what I mean? Obviously, I wanted Spain to win. I had money riding on it. Goes without saying. And when your team that you've got a bet on scores a last minute winner, come on, you're not gonna not celebrate, are you? Like
It's
anyone
like,
that's saying
yeah.
they wouldn't is just delusional.
It's funny though, isn't it? That's people forget that some things can just be funny. Like, haha, he's roasting the England fans. Like it
Yeah,
feels like
lad.
everyone else gets to roast England fans other than other than people from Liverpool, I guess. I don't
That's
know.
it. Man, some of the messages I've had, lad, are just fucking crazy. You know what I mean? Literally, like 97 wasn't enough. Go and kill
Okay, yeah,
yourself.
it's a little too far.
Go and kill yourself. You're a disrespect to the country. You might as well just die. Like I hope Bobby Green knocks you out and fucking teabags you and all shit like that. It's just like, wow.
Wow.
I've even
Well,
had one.
yeah.
I've even had people saying he's a big bully, bullying all people in the pub. And all of them are my friends. Know what I mean? That's my social circle. They're people that I've grew up with, I've went through school with. And as I say, they all took the piss out of me 10 minutes earlier when Cole Palmer scored. So I was just doing the same back.
Mhm. I mean, it's a tough one because now, yeah, you're in a position because you brought up the men's mental health thing, yeah. You know they're gonna get you every time you insult any man ever from now on.
Yeah,
Because of
well, to be honest, at the minute, men's mental health's doing that again.
yeah,
Sparking. A lad, a lad I know a couple of weeks ago in Liverpool killed himself. Um, about 2 months ago, a young MMA fighter from Blackburn or around the northwest area, Connor
yeah,
Hitchens,
I saw you mention it. Yeah, I think so.
killed himself. Know what I mean? Like it's something that I'm gonna have to speak about again
Yeah.
because the amount of people that said to me last time and messaged me last time saying, "Oh, it saved me life." The fact you said that, I feel like I need to. That's another reason I need to win. I have to win this fight because then I can speak about that in the cage.
Hmm.
So I have to beat Bobby to let everyone know that instead of doing something drastic and taking your own life, which you'll never get back, you need to just go and speak to someone.
Yeah, I hear that. I hear that. I hear that. Beat Bobby's ass, dude. Do
Oh,
it.
I'm gonna. Don't
Smoke
worry,
him.
I'm gonna. And
We
as I
need.
say, I wanna do it on the feet. The
Yeah.
amount of people like where I put that vlog up the other week and I said, grapple with me then. The amount of comments on that was, this means you're gonna sniff his balls for 3 rounds. This means you're scared to stand with him. It's
Mm.
not. He just said on an Instagram story, there's no he said, what did he say? Anyone can land a lucky punch and knock someone out, but I haven't been submitted in so long. You think you could submit me? Keep dreaming. Well, lad, if you don't think you can get submitted by me, lad, let's see if you're actually not scared to grapple with me. Because I know if I grab hold of him or if I drop him and we end up on the floor, he is scurrying for his life to get back to his feet. He put a picture up of his brown belt, lad, and I was just laughing, thinking, lad, I got my brown belt when I was 21, 22.
An interesting one. We need some Luigi Vendramini fight level question mark kicks and front kicks and shit.
Oh
Us,
yeah, all of that, lad.
yeah,
That's all coming out, lad. Like I'll be using my speed and my range. Know what I mean? Because obviously I know he's fast himself. He's got good boxing, but he
quick
is
hands.
mainly a boxer. Know what I mean? He's
Hmm.
mainly a boxer. So I'll be using all my whole arsenal against him. I won't just be standing there having a boxing match with him like Jim Miller did.
Yeah,
Know what I mean? I think Jim Miller got into that. I want to win the 300k bonus instead of I want to win the fight. Know what I mean? Because
yeah.
he stood there and had a boxing match with a boxer when he's a
Bro,
grappler.
pissed me off. I had money on him and everything. And he still dropped him in the first round though. That needs to be mentioned
That's
though.
yeah,
Miller
that's
dropped
what
him
I mean.
or
And that's
stunned
why
him.
I've been saying on interviews myself, like Bobby's chin gone a bit. Like
Jalen
what you
Turner,
expect? That Jalen Turner fight, wow.
tough one.
Like I mightn't like Bobby Green, but I watched that sitting on that couch there, and me and my mate Blaze were watching it and was like, "Stop the fight! Stop the fight! What are you
Yeah,
doing?
I
Stop the
know.
fight!" Know what I mean? That's one of the worst stoppages I've ever seen in my life. That was so bad. But then he's also been knocked out a couple of months previous by Drew Dober.
He has. Now I'm. You know what? I was actually worried about the matchup, but now I'm thinking about it. He has been fucking chinned quite a bit in his
He's been
recent.
chinned a few times, lad, and
Yeah,
I think, like, I'll be honest, I never used to believe in my own power. I never used to think I had any. So I did used to grapple a lot more. But the past couple of fight camps, me coaches have drilled it into me like you don't realise how hard you hit. You don't realise how hard you hit. And now I believe in my power, know what I mean? And I believe in me striking, believe in
yeah.
my hands, my kicks, my knees and my elbows. And I just feel like if I put one on his chin, good, good play shot on his chin, he's going down.
And even if you see Jim Miller dropped him, Tony Ferguson dropped him, they don't really have the same. I'm gonna call it a pounce, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
After you drop an opponent, some fighters just have a really good pounce where they can like latch up control of a guy they've just dropped or hurt to the ground. You seem pretty good at that stuff, getting the back
Oh,
straight
yeah.
away.
I
Yeah.
can just jump on someone's back straight away, jump into mount, know what I mean? Like, as you say, Tony dropped him and took a step back.
Yeah, let him out.
Dropped him and took a step back and let him up. It's like, lad, what are you doing?
It's
Know what I
tough,
mean?
man. Like,
Get at him. This is a fight.
yeah,
Attack, attack.
that's not what David Goggins trained him to do, dude. Well, none of that in Goggins' training camp. Have you seen the Strickland and Goggins beef that they got going on?
It's mad. Like, I don't mind some of David Goggins' videos,
That's
but,
good.
like, why are you thinking that you can fight Sean Strickland?
He said he would
Like,
fight him if they do an hour of cardio or a certain amount of miles of cardio first, basically.
and he'd still get knocked out.
Yeah, and I don't know because he runs a lot. People seem to think he would just knock everyone out. It's a strange
I
it's a
know
strange thing.
it is very strange. People like I still don't understand why Tony like had him in his corner and done a fight camp with him.
The one
Like,
thing Tony doesn't need to work on is cardio, and he brings in a
yeah,
fucking
that's
cardio guy,
exactly what
man.
I said. The one thing he doesn't need to work on was his cardio. He
Yeah.
needed to get back to the drawing board and work on his technique.
Hmm.
And instead, he had some fella in his corner who was screaming, "Don't! Who's going to carry the boats?"
Yeah, I think at that point it's almost like he's admitting that it's almost like a motivation problem for a lot of some of these guys. When they're on a spiral, they lose a bit of identity with it, Because Ferguson was the boogeyman, you know?
Yeah, exactly. What was
And
he
that
saying in his corner as well? You got to be you, Tony. You got to be you. And it's like,
useless
what?
bullshit.
Yeah, give him some actual like instruction. Know what I mean? Some technical stuff. Let us other coaches talk who actually know what they're talking about.
Yeah,
You just stand there and fucking shut up.
nice. There's the aggression. See, we're close to fight. We're coming up to fight soon. I was worried about doing the interview because we're so close. I thought you'd be a bit snappy. I've said a lot of shit about you, Paddy. In the past, I said a lot of shit. I'll be real. I was worried about how this was going to turn out.
No, lad, it's fucking. I can understand it. Do need to say about Molly though. Fuck me, you've shit on Molly a few times, lad.
What have I said about Molly?
I think it was after that Stolyarenko fight, lad. You fucking went in on her for like 2 minutes on a video, and I was thinking, "Fuck hell, this is heavy." This, know what I mean? And like, it wasn't her best performance, obviously. Know what I mean? She got submitted in like 2 minutes. She knows
Yeah.
that herself. But then when she sees all other shit online, fucking her head falls off, obviously.
I'm just trying to make money, you know.
Yeah,
I'm broke, man. My family broke as fuck, dude. I gotta keep going, dude. The donations come in telling me to say something. I gotta go. You know what I mean?
of course, I can understand that, know what I mean? But as I say, I just had to mention that because
I know.
obviously when I said, oh, MMA Guru's in the DMs there, Molly looked at me like, know
Yeah.
what I mean? She was like, "Oh, wow." So I was like, "Don't worry, I want to mention to him." But obviously, I can understand it. Like, you shit on me after the Jared Gordon fight, just like a lot of people did.
It was a shitty
It's
performance, mate. It was.
Yeah, it was. It
It wasn't good.
wasn't a
It
good
was shitty, mate.
performance. Know what
It
I
was a
mean? But
disgrace. It wasn't a disgrace. That too far, but you know, it was the best performance, lad. I had to be
it
real. You know
wasn't.
what I mean?
Know what I
Wasn't.
mean? Like, as I say, when I watched the fight back myself, I even thought I was like, "Oh, I wish I didn't speak. I did like I did after the fight, post fight." Know what I mean?
Later
I
than
really
nice.
wish I never. Because when I
Yeah.
watched it back, I was like, "Yeah, I wouldn't have been saying Giz fight of the night, and I wouldn't have been saying I definitely won that fight." Because when I watched it back, lad, it was a lot closer than I thought.
Mm.
But bad when you're in a fight. I'm in a fight. I'm getting punched in the head for 15 minutes. So right after the fight, take what I say with a pinch of salt
Mm.
because I can't what's it called? I can't watch the fight back yet. I need to go and watch it back before I actually understand how I performed.
Yeah. That's true. I get that. What else was I gonna say? Oh yes, you know what's a problem in a lot of your fights though, which is why I noticed you changed it for the Ferguson one. Your
Yeah,
fucking hair
yeah,
does you no favors at all, you know. Because I
that's it.
saw, listen, Gordon was catching you with some decent shots, but there was other ones where he was getting you, but it was just like your whole hair would flick in some insane way, and
That's it.
the commentary literally acted like you'd just been dropped, basically.
Yeah, shots with it, and me hair was doing
Yeah,
this, and
madness.
because my hair does that, I'll be honest. When I watched it back, I was like, that shot didn't hit. What are they talking about? You know what I mean? And they were going on like he was landing big, massive overhand rights, and I was doing the stanky leg and wobbling everywhere.
Yeah,
And he never. That's another reason why I said it like I did after the fight because I don't feel punches when I'm fighting. You know what I mean? I just don't feel them, and I didn't have any damage on my face at all. He had a split open head and a busted nose. You know what I mean? So the way I saw it, I just didn't feel like I'd even been hit. But yeah, that's why I changed it up for the Tony fight.
are
Even
you
though I knew I was gonna go in and dominate Tony, I was like, yeah, I need to change the hair up.
are you gonna?
I can't have it the same because people think that shots affect me much more than they do. Even the Benzamini fight, when he hit me with that big punch and my hair went back, everyone was like, oh, but that shot didn't really affect me either.
Are you gonna braid it for this one?
Yeah, it's getting braided 100%. I need to against someone like Bobby Green because, lad, I'll be honest, he probably is going to catch me with a few punches. Know what I mean?
I think he's gonna land some good shots. It's just gonna be I think you've got opportunities. There's windows for you to dominate from, if you know what I'm saying. Like if
Yeah,
he slips up, if he makes a mistake, that's the back taken for the rest of the round. That
yeah,
type shit, you know.
yeah. That is.
That's you got to capitalize on the
As soon
little
as I
things.
get on him, lad, if I take his back, he's not getting out of that. Know what
Yeah,
I mean? It's as simple as that. Hopefully, that's the end of the fight. Know what I mean? Once I take his back, he gets flattened out and pounded until the ref stops it, or I take his neck.
yeah,
As I said, if I take his back, I can't see him lasting the round.
yeah. I hear that. I hear that. It's a tough one. It's good to talk to you, bub. The Zoom time, we got more time. What questions? Any questions for me, mate? The great MMA guru.
Yeah. Well, I asked that one about Molly. Obviously, know what I mean. That was the first thing. Like I had to mention Molly
To
because
G check me real quick.
just have to mention. Obviously, I know you've said shit about me in the past, lad. But lad, who hasn't said shit about me? Know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
the amount of people would have mentioned me, lad, I couldn't go out there on a tirade and be like, oh, what do you say that? What do you say that? Because I've been mentioned that many times by people. Know what I mean?
yeah.
It's just one of them. I'm used to it. I'm used to getting clickbaited and putting the people's names of videos and like even MMA Junkie done it last week, lad. They absolutely clickbaited me up. saying like where have said it was the last fight on my contract. He went on like the headline was like I wanted to leave the UFC.
Yeah.
Like I'll never leave the UFC. Know what I mean? If I'm getting offered millions of dollars to go and do some stupid boxing match against a YouTuber, then I'm gonna do it because I'm a prize fighter. But the UFC is the pinnacle of our sport. I'm gonna be in the UFC. Know what I mean? It's as simple as that. I'm not gonna go to no B League organization like and try and win money. Know what I mean? I'm just not one of them. I'm
Yeah.
not going to PFL or Bellator to get some more wages because I wouldn't devalue myself like that.
Yeah. I hear it. That's good. Because if you win this one, it'd be a weird time to call it quits on a UFC career, you know?
Exactly.
You just get
When
ranked.
there you go. I'm just
Yep.
about to get a ranking for the first time. And then I just go, yeah, bye bye. I'm not in the UFC no more.
Yeah.
It's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. So as I say, when they put that as the headline, it just pissed me off. But as I say, I'm used to it. I can't literally fart or bear without people complaining and saying what a piece of shit I am.
Anyway, on to some lighter news. How's the twins, dude?
They're doing boss, to be honest, lad. 13 weeks tomorrow.
What's the gender of the two?
Both girls, Betty and
Okay.
Margot,
Yeah.
identical twins.
Nice. That's cool. How's it affected the training, seeing as you're in Liverpool the whole time this time?
To be honest, lad, it hasn't. People keep saying, "Oh, you won't mind the time of night what you're fighting because you'll be getting up to do feeds." Lad, I haven't. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
The missus lets me stay asleep. Like my wife's like superwoman. She just does everything throughout the night. Know what I mean? She makes the bottles, feeds them, puts them
Yeah.
back to bed, washes the bottles. She just goes in and out of consciousness. Where I can't do that. I can't go asleep for 3 hours, wake up, go back asleep again. If I go asleep, lad, I'm out. I'm
10
like
hours minimum.
I'm like Snow White. Know what I
Yeah.
mean? Once I go asleep, Sleeping Beauty. That's it. I'm out.
Like Bobby Green this weekend, dude. Live on
Yeah.
pay-per-view at fucking 5 a.m. for fuck's sake.
I
Good.
think I'll be on about 4, something like that.
Oh, that's fine then.
Yeah, there's
4 a.m.s.
there's 2 fights before me, isn't there, on the main card? And
Yeah.
it just depends how fast they finish.
Yeah. What do you think about the rest of the card? We got Allen on there. We got Aspinall repping the UK. Edwards. Any matchups you like?
Obviously Leon. Know what I mean? I think Leon's gonna shut a lot of people up because I've seen a few people picking Bilal because he's on a win streak, which is mad. But in the first fight, Leon was absolutely dominating. Know what I mean? Bilal could not get near him.
All right.
And then I think Aspinall's gonna come out and get his revenge for obviously his loss against Blades, what was a mad loss. Know what I mean? He come out and done his knee.
And then
I really like Arnold Allen, lad. Arnold Allen had his debut on Cage Warriors the same night that I had my debut on Cage Warriors. So known him for a long time, and he's a proper nice lad. So
yeah, I know.
I'd love to see Arnold come out there and get a finish.
Yeah.
But I think it's a tough fight. Know what I mean? Gigas say he's no walkover.
Nice striker. He's really good. I wanted to collab with Arnold Allen, but he's so nice. I don't want to tarnish him by association. You know, in a way, you know what I mean? Like you talk shit. Like Drickus Duplessis talks a bit of shit, so it's fun to collab with them. Moicano as well. But with Arnold, he's so nice. I don't want to ruin his image.
Yeah,
I know people are judging for it, you know?
One of the nicest people in the UFC. You're not wrong there. He's such a cool dude.
All right, Zoom's warning me I've got to upgrade to a premium package for another 15 minutes if I want it. So any shout outs before the end here, bud?
Big shout out to me team. Know what I mean? Next generation wouldn't be where I am without them. Major shout out to me S&C coach and nutritionist Paul Reed, and then me sponsors like Applied Nutrition, Macro Chef, anyone else that wants to sponsor, and then my videographer Blaze and my wife. Without my wife, wouldn't be where I am. Know what I mean? She looks after the babies. Be fucked without her.
Yeah. And your foundation as well.
Yeah. Everyone get on the Paddy Foundation.
All right then. Thanks for the interview, bud.
You know that, fella.
See you, man.